Hello and welcome. My name's Chris Cann with Harbour Insight, and with me I have Hayden Locke, Chief Executive of Marimaca Copper, which is of course focused on its namesake project in Chile. Welcome, Hayden.
Thanks, Chris.
Great results out this week on the exploration front. What does it tell you about the regional picture at Marimaca?
Well, it's all around Pampa Medina, which is those two projects that we acquired in the Sierra de Medina area. And where it's interesting for us is it really is painting a picture of an opportunity of quite some scale that we hadn't appreciated previously. And the reason for that is, although there is a lot of historical data there, nobody has consolidated it and nobody has reviewed it through the lens that this could be a single manto deposit. We're now believing that that is what is actually occurring there. So from the Madrugador deposit all the way through to Sierra de Medina or Pampa Medina, we believe is one single manto horizon, which extends over 5 kilometres east-west, 4 kilometres north-south. Now that is an enormous footprint. When you start to think of the tier 1 assets in Chile, that compares favourably to just about every tier 1 asset in Chile. Now we're not saying that that's going to be mineralised all in the same way as what we've seen at Pampa Medina, but we believe there is a significant opportunity for us to create enormous value through exploration.
That's a really exciting story that you're unwrapping there. How do you get that from this program that has been completed and the results that we've just seen? What are the actual intercepts that have inspired that view?
Yeah, so the first intersection that we put out was this SMR01, which intersected 400 metres at about 0.5%, but included over 100 metres at 1.2%, and in a very high grade zone at the bottom of that drill hole. But the reason it's interesting is the fact that that same mineral horizon or the same lithology that had hosted that mineralisation is extensive and prevalent and mineralised across that whole area. And that's what's really gotten our geologists excited, is that there is a clear lithology which is productive for copper mineralisation, which is mineralised across that enormous area, variability in grade. But what we need to do now is go back and really identify where the higher grade cores of that mineralisation are and start to focus in on those areas.
Okay, so is that the next step, to really focus in on those areas, or is there more step out work to be done?
We'll probably focus both on step-out drilling and also delineation drilling to try to move some of the areas where we know that there's an extension, for instance, to the north of Pampa Medina, into that inferred resource category. So I'd say we're going to be doing both. And then the third part of it is we're also going to be drilling slightly deeper, looking for Cachorro-style mineralisation, which is that Antofagasta asset, that tier 1 discovery that they made at depth below the horizons where we've encountered most of the mineralisation in the current drill programs.
This could be really exciting on that scale model that you're talking about. Does it mean anything for Marimaca itself? Obviously that's your core project, that's where the DFS is focused. In terms of this as a discovery, what does it mean for your plans at that core project?
With Pampa Medina, with the acquisition of Pampa Medina and Madrugador, we already had a view that there was the potential to increase our scale, and so we've already incorporated design changes into the DFS to allow for future expansions relatively cost effectively, and so those are already incorporated. So really, any exploration success just adds to that story and further underpins our view that we will be a story that can grow from 50,000 tonnes of copper production to something materially larger than that.
Hayden, that's all we've got time for, but thanks for speaking with us.
Thanks, Chris.